Hello everyone! Today is another episode of our Enigmatica 2 expert playthrough, and today we're going to be looking at getting into some basic auto crafting. Me and Mr. Bull here are all raring to go. I mean, I can't really speak for Mr. Bull, but I am. So let's get started. Alright, so since the last episode, I've cleaned up my ME setup a little bit. I've just got it hanging out against this wall, and I think there's enough room to put a basic components of auto crafting. I'll have to see once I get to that point, but first I have to make the components. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, the basic crafting unit of Applied Energistics is indeed called a crafting unit. Not the most creative, but certainly the most logical. And we're going to need a minimum of 3 of these. We're probably going to end up needing dozens, hundreds by the end game, but let's not think about that yet. So let's see. For the crafting units, we're going to need 6 ME-glass cables, fluics, 3 logic processors, 6 calculation processors, and 12 iron ingots. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, here, we can type in. Alright, we've got enough iron. That's the good news. Perfect. Now, how much gold do we have? Not much. We'll have to get some macerating and then smelting. I'll take that. We're going to need our pure Certus quartz crystals that we got as a reward. We're going to need 6 of them. And let's see, we're going to need... what else? Oh, our cables. Ah, nice. We have exactly 6. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to start the grind to get the processors done, and I'll be right back. So since the last episode, I moved my industrial craft setup indoors, and I just tried to go outside to get to it. Oh, I put the coal away. And I just got myself quite confused. Okay, I believe we have everything. We've got our iron, our 2 types of processors, and our cables, so let's see. 1 crafting unit. 2. 3. Awesome. Okay, now, these crafting units each have to be different things. One of them has to be a crafting coprocessing unit, which is made by combining a crafting unit with an engineering processor. So I'll get that started, and we'll be right back. Alright, here comes our engineering processor. We're going to head over to our crafting table, combine one of our crafting units with it, and we have a crafting coprocessing unit. Alright. The second thing we need, sort of, it's technically optional, but I want one, is a crafting monitor. And that is an ME storage monitor combined with a crafting unit. The ME storage monitor, combines an illuminated panel with an ME level emitter, which is made with a redstone torch and a calculation processor. So I'll grab another pure Certus quartz and I'll get right to it. Alright, so we're going to combine our calculation processor with our redstone torch and make our level emitter. And now let me find my illuminated panels. Oh, there we go. There's 2. I might as well pull both of them out. I'm going to need the second one for something in a minute. So we have an ME storage monitor. Combine that with our co-crafting unit to make a crafting monitor. Okay. Put those aside for a minute. And the last thing we're going to need our crafting units for is a 1K crafting storage. We're just going to start with a 1K for now. Eventually we'll be maybe up to the 64K, who knows. But all that is a crafting unit combined with a 1K ME storage component, which is just like last time. So I'll get to work on that. Okay, oh, no, I don't want to use the pure crystals. I want to use the regular crystals in my inventory. Alright, so we have our 1K ME storage component, and we're going to combine that with our crafting unit to make 1K crafting storage. Alright. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to have to rip into the wall a little bit. So bear with me, we'll be right back. Okay, so we've ripped out the area behind our ME storage. You know, the one we just made pretty last episode. That wasn't smart of me. And we're going to take some of our smart cable that we got. I'm going to stick it on the controller, because I like the idea of storage having its own channel. We're going to put these 3 guys. Oops, no. All together now. Good. I know from past experience that the crafting units have to be in some sort of cuboid, and they are, so it's happy. I might as well just keep this exposed for a bit, because I gotta set up the rest of the items we're about to craft. Oh, I'm gonna put a cable down right there, because we're gonna have a second monitor. Actually, I might as well work on that next. Next thing we need is an ME pattern terminal. That's just an ME crafting terminal like we made last episode, along with a separate engineering processor. I might already have everything for this crafting terminal. Let me plug it into here and find out. No, I'll need to make a calculation processor. And another logic processor. Okay, I'll get on to that and I'll be right back. Okay, we've got our 3 processors that we'll need for the entire process. The logic processor makes our ME terminal. And then, let's see, combine that with a crafting table and the calculation processor to make our crafting terminal. But oh, I need a crafting table. I'll just make one using this crafting table over here. Stick it in there, and there we go. And then combining it with our engineering processor should make our pattern terminal. We'll stick that on there, and it's not really going to show much yet, because we don't have patterns yet. Alright. So I'll do the patterns last, because they need to be done in bulk in my opinion. And that leaves the 2 items that actually make the auto crafting. The molecular assembler and the ME interface. I'll do the molecular assembler first. Alright, it's going to require another annihilation core and another formation core. So I'll just knock those out really fast. And I'll be right back. Alright, I should have everything now. Let me... Oh, there's the... Nope. Wrong thing I'm working on. Alright, there's the annihilation core. Oop. And there's the formation cores. Alright, what else do we need? Iron sheet metal, and quartz glass, and this crafter tier 3, which I'll tackle last. Iron sheet metal should just be 4 iron plates. Awesome, got that. Quartz glass, do we have any? Oh, we have 1. Alright, so I'll work on that really quick. Getting some more, and we'll be right back. Okay, we got our quartz glass done, so we should be pretty close to finished. Yep, we just need the middle item. Let's look at what that is. A crafter tier 3, which requires a crafter tier 1, or 2. And yeah, it logically requires a crafter tier 1, which is a machine block. Do we have a machine block? That's the only thing we have. Okay, so the good news is we have a machine block. It's going to lose all meaning. Alright, 2 analog crafters, which are 8 crafting tables surrounding a lever. Oh my goodness. And what else do we need? 2 of these redstone gears. So I'll get working on that, and it'll be a moment. Now we can make our crafter tier 1. And in theory, we can make our crafter tier 2. Now let's see if we can make our crafter tier 3. Oh, nope. We need to grind just a little bit more. Okay, there are 2 analog crafters, which should, in theory, be the last step to our crafter tier 3. All right, can we create our molecular assembler? Yes, we can. Put those back. And right, we're going to put that just... I suppose right there. It doesn't really matter at the moment. Eventually it will, when stuff is pretty, but it's not. Right. So the second to last thing we need is an ME interface. And that, we might have everything. Let me see. Oh, 1 iron. I'll grab that quick and we'll be right back. All right, we've got 1 iron ore. Forgive the macerator going on in the background. And now we have our ME interface. Getting these most random achievements. Alright, so I'm gonna slither a cable under there. Stick my ME interface right there. And it says the molecular assembler is online, so I think I did it right. Okay, so the last thing that we need are patterns. Let's see what a pattern constitutes. A blank pattern requires 2 quartz glasses, 1 Certus quartz crystal, 3 iron ingots, and 3 glowstone dust, so it's a bit expensive actually. Gonna have to go mining for more nether quartz soon. That's what I've been using to make the quartz glass and other stuff. But that's okay. There's tons in the nether, so it's not as big a deal. So I'll grab that and oh wait! I have a ton in my dank knoll. Whew! Okay, awesome. So I'll just grind up the rest of this stuff and we'll be right back. Okay, I have done some grinding and I believe we have everything for our blank patterns. I'm going to make 9 to start because our ME interface can only handle 9 at the moment. We eventually will have multiple interfaces and we can have, I don't even want to know how many patterns. A lot. So we're going to click it in and it's going to do that. I don't want the pure crystals. I want the regular ones. So 1 blank pattern, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Put those back. All right, so our patterns get stored up here. And now we technically have everything set up for auto crafting. I'm gonna take a minute and just clean up this back wall before I attempt to test the system, so we'll be right back. Okay, so we got that a little nicer looking. I left a blank space where I imagine another ME interface will eventually go. That'll maybe involve some wiring, but I'll figure that out when that time comes. And we are gonna try and teach the system to auto-craft something. What do I make a lot of? These things that I have saved from JEI strike me as the most logical things to save. Like a furnace, a chest. Maybe some kind of machine casings. I'll start really simple with a furnace. Okay, so the furnace is going to be a little trickier than we thought. We're going to have to do 2 patterns on it because it needs the stone gear as well. But that's okay. We have up to 9. So first we're going to start with a stone gear. We're going to move it into the crafting terminal here to show it the recipe. We're going to allow substitutions because any wood can be used to craft these wooden gears. And then we're going to encode our pattern. We're going to take that there. Then we're going to do it again, and this time we're going to do it with the whole furnace. And yep, allow substitutions, because for all we know we're using chiseled cobblestone. I don't know why, but maybe. We're going to encode pattern and clear that. Then we're going to put these two in our ME interface. Now to test the system quick, if we go here, hit viewed craftable items, let's request 1 stone gear. Alright. It says it's available. Let's see if there's 1 stone gear that was just crafted. Yep, there it is. It works. Normally I'd craft them in 2s, but that's okay. Actually, I'm going to do that right now because it's now bugging me. Okay, there we go. 2 stone gears. So now, in theory, I can request it craft 1 furnace, and yeah, everything's available. Oh, it's being a little stubborn. And we should... Oh, we already had some furnaces. Well, now we have 1 more. I remember we had 6, so 7 is the perfect number to see. All right. I'm going to teach the system a few new recipes, and then we'll be back. Alright, so we've got a little time left in this episode, so I want to get a few little things out of the way that I've been meaning to do. First thing I want to do is look up a market from Cooking for Blockheads. And let's see, it uses planks, wood, wool, and a block of emerald. Now I'm lucky, I live in a highland biome because of these giant hills, so I actually have some emerald, so I should be able to craft this. Awesome. Still have 2 emeralds left over. And now let's see, oh, I can make a market. And now for the fun part, placing a market. You have to leave 1 space behind it, and you'll see why in a moment. We got our Spop-O-Matic here. He's the market guy. And you can buy a bunch of seeds and saplings and even spawn eggs from here, so it's pretty cool. And right, another little thing we're going to do. As soon as I find where I put them, I think they're in my ME system now. Yep, we have 12 rotten eggs from Ice and Fire that my chickens have been laying. Oh, I'll put that away. And let's see what happens if I throw them. I now have a pet cockatrice, which is very hyper. Oh my heavens. It's just going everywhere. And they're kind of cute in a weird way. And they'll defend you once they're grown up. Like they'll try to defend you no matter what, but if they're babies like this one, they're probably not going to succeed. If I remember right, an adult one packs quite a punch, though. So I'll let him sit so he doesn't run around and get himself hurt. And I'll put the rest of the rotten eggs back later, and maybe we'll have more cockatrices, who knows. Okay, so the last thing I want to work on is in my quest book. It's an item called an atomic reconstructor under Actually Additions mod. And let's see, the atomic reconstructor is able to reconstruct some materials into others. Place or throw the block/items you want to change in front of it and fire its laser. By default, the laser will fire every few seconds. So let's look at its recipe. I know how to make these electron tubes, steel plates, an iron casing, which I think I have kicking around, and a red laser lens. Oh, that's easy. Okay, just a red stained glass and 4 iron. I have a rose outside I can bone meal to get the red dye. Okay, so I just checked. I don't have this iron casing. I have to start all the way back at a sturdy casing and make one of those. So I'll be a moment. I'll be right back. And just a quick update. I'm currently making the sturdy casings. I Had to make some more bronze to make them, so again, all the way back at square one. And now we're coming over here to our carpenter and making it into a hardened casing. There it goes. And just to emphasize, this is why we're working on auto crafting now. Eventually, all of this will be automated too, and it will be beautiful. So I'm looking forward to it. I feel like that should be moved over one to the right. Oh, God! I'm sorry! Poor man. Okay, he comes back. He's a weathered salesperson now. True, he has been through a lot. Alright, we got our iron casings. Gonna stick those in there for now, and let's see what else do we need. Golden electron tubes. Alright, that's pretty self-explanatory. We'll get those started. Alright, we've got our golden electron tubes. Gonna stick them in there. Do we have steel plates? Oops. Let's find out. Nope. I'll get melting down some steel, and we'll be right back. Alright, while our steel is forming, I took the liberty of making some red dye. And with that, we're gonna make red glass. To make red stained glass panes. To make this red laser lens. So that's all set. Alright, got our 4 steel plates, and that should be the last thing. Let's stick those in there. Click in our atomic reconstructor, and it's done. One other thing we're going to need for it is a redstone torch. So let me grab a stick and a piece of redstone quick. Oh, and I'm going to need a button too. Okay. Quest complete. Atomic reconstructor. Very cool. Gonna knock out some wall right here. I keep my leadstone flux ducts in this little chest right here sitting on top of the pot. And oops, that does not go there. Oh. Okay. Stick that there and it's gonna, well, power up. We're just gonna ignore it for a minute. It's currently shooting laser beams into my base. Which, this thing just kind of happens in modded. Alright, I got a stone. Now hold a redstone torch to toggle, it says. Now this thing uses a ton of power per charge. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Good. Redstone mode is now on pulse. We're gonna stick that back up. Add in a button. And there, now it goes when we tell it to. Now, you might be wondering why I've crafted a giant laser. I swear that it's actually very useful, and in upcoming episodes we'll see why. It's like a little alchemist. It converts things into other things. It's very fun. You're gonna have to just trust me. Okay, so this was quite an eventful episode. We got the very, very rudimentary beginnings of auto crafting with our ME system, which is gonna end up proving a godsend in later parts of the series. And my cockatrice, which also came into life this episode, just grew up. Awesome. And it's very loud and drowning me out, and I might look into muffling its noise so I can be heard. Well, let's see, we also made a market so we can buy seeds and saplings as needed, and we also made a giant death laser because that's what one does. Okay, so I think that's good for this episode, and hope to see you next time. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a like, and I look forward to seeing you. All right, take care. Oh, I can't wave. I'll hit the cockatrice. Bye.